What's up, tribe? Hey, y'all. I am back. I am back. I am back. Let me say hi to the people. What's up? Lemon Kush was the first one in the room. I saw her when she came in. Hey, Amber. What's up, Tracy? Hey, Natalie, Nico, Nap Queen, Yolanda. Hey, Nikki B. Tracy said we back. And yes, shout out to El Teddy for going live last week. Yes, and yes again. Thank you so much to my baby bro. Hey, little baby. What's up, Volvo? Hey, Rain. Shout out to all my members lit up in green. Yes, I owe you guys some me time. I owe my members some me time. Things were so hectic before I left. I really tried to get it in, child. It just was a lot going on. But hey to the people. Hey to the people. Child, a whole lot went down last week when I wasn't here. I mean, a lot. Thank you, D Cop. Thank you. I mean, D Coop. Thank you. Let me do this because I always forget how to do it from my. Let me try to do this. Hold on, y'all. Give me a quick second. All right, let me do this. Okay. Okay. I am trying to. Wait a minute. It won't let me. Hold on. Oh, man. What in the world? Oh, there it is right there. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. There it is right there. Okay. I just gifted our memberships for the month of August. Told you guys we would do it when I got back. So I just gifted those memberships. I hope y'all can hear me. My computer is moving really, really slow. Hey, Cool Gamer. Hey, everybody coming in. I'm trying to gift these memberships, child. It's taking forever. Okay, let me see. My computer is moving so slow. All right, so for the month of August, it has just been announced the people who have gifted. I've just gifted 5 memberships. D Coop was gifted a membership. Congratulations. Amber, you were gifted a membership. Congratulations. Vintage 1970. Andre, Marnie. I think that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 5. So congratulations to the 5 people who were just gifted memberships. Now that's good for the next 30 days. You will be able to access any of the old videos, any of the old members only videos, and anything I do for the month of August. Now let me say this: make sure you have it cut on because it looks like some of the, and there's nothing wrong with the same people getting a membership. Like that's how I can't choose. I wish I could choose the people, but I can't. But with that being said, please make sure that you go into your YouTube settings and make sure that you have gifting on. It's like a toggle. You just hit it to on. If it's off, turn it on so you will be eligible to win a membership. That is something that I'm doing every month. I started off doing 1 membership. Now I'm like doing 5. So, you want to be in the number. Okay. So congratulations to everybody. You just turn yours on. Okay, Brown Mama. So you'll be eligible. And it says it goes by like how active you are on the channel. So even if you don't drop down, if you're here, YouTube should know that you're in and all that good stuff. Tracy always tell people that. Tracy always tell people to go find the old videos of me going off on people. Child, they in there. They are on members only, so you got to find them. Now, with that being said, let's get into these things. Listen, now y'all cut up last week, okay? Now, some of this stuff I'm going to have to just do a separate video on starting tomorrow. But some of these things, we're just going to go ahead and hit it because it's just been stuff going on. So first of all, I want to send condolences to Young Joc. His mother, he announced on Instagram today that his mother has passed away. It sounded like she had been sick because he said that he was able to, he said, you waited for me and I was able to talk to you one last time and hold your hand and we were able to laugh and reminisce. So it sounds like she had been ill. And so we want to send our condolences to Young Joc and his family. About that. Hey, Karay. Hey, Diva. What's up, everybody coming in? What's up, everybody coming in? They cut the whole food. She had cancer. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you. Natalie told me she had cancer. Okay. Folks cut the whole food. You were being good, though. Little baby, see, the folks cut the whole food. Yes. You being good. Now. We have a little bit of black girl magic. Simone Biles has come back after a 2-year hiatus and totally dominated the competition this weekend. She is going to try to make the Olympic team for Paris next summer. So the way the U.S. does it, you have to compete in a certain number of events, and you have to place in the top, the different categories. Different sports do it differently, but I know in gymnastics, you have to be out there, you have to be visible. I know when the Carollis were doing it, I mean, basically it didn't matter what you did, they had the final say, but usually it came down to the national championships. If you placed, if you were high, generally speaking. So Simone is definitely on her road back. She, and from my understanding, she didn't even do her most difficult moves and still was killing them. Okay. She didn't even do her most difficult moves and she still was doing that. What's up, Jonathan? Well, thank you. I need to do a video about the fight in Montgomery. Let me tell you something, Aquarius. I don't know if I'm gonna do a separate video. I might, but let me tell you something. I have been cackling. I was gonna talk about it. It's on my agenda, but let's just go on and get into it. Child, I have been cackling. At that video all morning, baby. When that security guard threw his hat in the air and squared up, I said, "Oh, it's over." That is the universal symbol for this job. Okay, when he threw that hat in the air and was like, "Oh, okay, let's go," that is the universal symbol for fuck this job. And I knew then that it was gonna get ugly. When that boy, I don't know his age, I'm just gonna call him a boy. I don't mean that to be disrespectful. I just don't know how old he is. When that young man jumped off the boat and swam through the water to get in that fight, baby, I said, when I saw that other man run down, the black folks said not today. The black folks said not today. Right. When he jumped in the water to go help that man, baby. Oh, they done found him, J12. They done found them, girl. They done found them. They own some sort of convenience store. That convenience store gonna be closed in 5 minutes, child. They're gonna be protested and everything else. Hey, Monk Chip. What's up, my love? Okay, so for the people who don't know what's going on, we're gonna talk about the Nene interview, Jonathan. We gonna talk about it. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna just have to tell y'all right now. Be prepared to be sick of me, because we're going live all week. Okay, I got a lot of things I want to talk about. Just prepare to be sick of me. Nene, Nene gonna get her own live. You already know Nene gonna get her own live. I know it's old news, but I got some things to say. Hey, Cali girl. We're gonna do a separate video on the Belmonte indictment and what that boy named Whitehead. We're gonna talk about this Bravo lawsuit. Yeah, so we're gonna have some separate videos, okay? About time for some unity. Listen, let me tell you something, and I'm not here to promote any type of violence for the YouTube people in the air. I am not promoting any sort of violence, but when I tell you I cackle, when I tell you I cackled So for the people who don't know what's going on, the short version of the story is down to the Montgomery, Alabama. There was a family that was on a little boat, and they had parked their boat in a place that was blocking other boats from being able to park, or in a way in which, I don't know if they were parked illegally or they were just parked in a way that was blocking other boats from parking, right? So the security guard, a brother, he was trying to tell them they needed to move their boat. He was trying to tell them they needed to move their boat, so that there was another boat that was, I think it was a river boat. I think it was a big ass boat that was trying to dock. I believe it was one of them big toys, the boats that take the people out. And you had a little low spittoon type boat, right? And the white boys was on the little boat. Okay, they proceeded to argue with the security guard, and they got physical. They got physical with the security guard. Baby, that security guard, he threw that hat in the air and he squared up. I said, oh, it's about to be over. So then when they started fighting, then his brothers, the white boys' brothers, jumped in and they started jumping the security guard. Even a woman was involved, right? Even a woman, I think 2 women actually came over there. Baby, them black folks started running from everywhere. They was like, oh, what you not gonna do today? Baby, one of the guys even jumped off the boat, swam through the water to get over there to help that man. And I'm not even mad at him. Like, in hindsight, it's funny, but I can respect that. He was like, this man is getting jumped. Like, literally, I'm watching 4 or 5 men and women jumping on this one man. And if I got to jump in this water to get there to help him, I'm going to jump in this water to get there to help him. And by the time he got to him, 2 or 3 other black guys had jumped in. And, baby, he jumped out the water, and he took them shoes. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, I'm going to show y'all. Hold on. Hey, C-Mac TV. Hold on, let me see. I know I can find it. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I'm going to find it, y'all. I'm going to find it for y'all. Because you got to see it. If you haven't seen it yet, now it's all over the place, but let me see if I know I can find it. Give me a second. Baby, the way that security guard, that's what took me out. The way that security guard threw his hat in the air, honey, that thing took me out. Hold on. Hold on, let me see if this is going to show it. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me show it to y'all. I got it. Let me show it to y'all. Yeah, I think the guy with the chair was doing a little much. Now I think that was a little much. I can't condone the chair situation. And he was the first one they put in handcuffs. I said, see, he was the first one they put in handcuffs. Well, at least that on the video that I saw. I can't, What's up, Miss Princess? Princess, she got it. I'm gonna just show this real quick. They're gonna probably age restrict my video, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and show it. Shout out to the people in the room. Please hit that like button if you have not already done so. I appreciate you so much. All right, now let's look at this, child. For the people who have not seen it, let's go on and talk about it. So this is what I'm talking about. Watch how this security guard throw his hat up in the air. Let me do one more time. Hold on. I need y'all to see. So those are the 2 white guys that rolled up on the security guard. Watch how the security guard throw that hat up in the air and square up, honey.
Shows the fight just feet from the water. A witness claims it started because a pontoon boat was blocking the dock where a riverboat was trying to park. You can see more people jumping in as that fight played out.
So you see how all the white guys, you see it's even a woman there. You see that lady right there in the little aqua green color, mint green dress, whatever that color is. So this is all the men and women jumping in. Now you see this guy up here? Watch this guy come from up top. Watch this guy come from up top, y'all.
Out. Well, soon after, Montgomery police arrived at the scene.
They
say a large group of people were involved in this brawl. Our crew saw people have been detained.
They ain't show the whole thing there. But you can find the rest of it online, child. The man from up top ran over there. Like I said, the man was swimming. He hit a woman with the chair. That's when they got him. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't condone the chair. I'm 100% here understand them jumping in and helping that security guard, and then it just turned into a brawl because more white people jumped in, more black people jumped in. It just turned into a whole situation. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna condone. I think the chair was a bit much because I'm not even gonna show that one. I ain't even gonna show the chair. It was a bit much. But baby, the way that security guard threw that hat, I knew that was, like I said, he was like, F this job. Yeah, the links are everywhere, y'all. The links are, yeah, Amber, go to Neighborhood Talk or Shade Room. They're there. But I have to say, I love the black folk came together to help that man and make sure that man was okay. And I was here for that. Okay. Now, let me just say this. It's 141 people in the chat. Shout out to all of y'all. Well, hey, everybody. Thank you for the welcome back. Let me say this. I might say some things during this live that y'all might not like. Yeah, they did throw that woman in the water. That was funny. They threw that woman in the water. I'm really surprised more people didn't end up in the water, to be honest with you. They was right there on the edge. I really thought more people was going to end up in the water. But anyway. So in this live, I really might offend some people. I'm just going to tell y'all now, I love y'all. I may offend some people. I may do that. Because some of these topics that I got to talk about, y'all just lost y'all mind last week. Y'all got on my nerves, okay? And when I say y'all know I don't mean the tribe. You know I mean the other people. Y'all got on my nerves. So let's get into these things of the things of the things, okay? First of all, can we talk? Who we want to start with? Can we start with Tyler Perry? Listen. I'm going to tell y'all what happened first, and then I'm going to give y'all my commentary, because y'all need to understand where the commentary is coming from. So let me read y'all what Tyler Perry posted, okay? Let me find it. I got all these things here. Hold on. I done took all these screenshots of all the different things going on, because y'all been acting a whole fool while I was gone. But let me see if I can find it, child. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is right here. So Tyler Perry posted this picture of him and Barack Obama standing in front of these two chairs, right? It's right there. Let me see if I can show you. Hold on. Right? That's him and Barack Obama standing in front of these two chairs. It's blurry. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, he posted this following caption. These photos were taken at my house. I bought these chairs from an auction because they belong to Abraham Lincoln. I'm gonna get back to the Abraham Lincoln thing in a minute. We both sat in them and had a conversation. I wondered, when he freed the slaves, could he have imagined that one day a descendant of those slaves would become president of the United States? Only in our America, with all of her flaws, what a great country we live in, and we must fight to keep our democracy. Happy birthday to you, President Obama. There's so many things wrong in that statement. I honestly don't even know where to start. I'm going to just start with the obvious. Lincoln ain't free no slaves. He did, but he didn't. Can we please stop acting like Abraham Lincoln was the great white hope and he swooped down and he freed all of us? That is not how that happened. That is not how that happened. The Emancipation Proclamation did not free all of the slaves in the United States. The Emancipation Proclamation can only free the slaves in the states that had seceded. They seceded, meaning they told us they no longer wanted to be a part of the United States. He couldn't free nobody. He ain't free the slaves in Maryland. They was slaves until the end of the Civil War. He didn't free nothing. My thing is, if he ain't free us all, then what can we please stop giving him credit for some shit he ain't do? And he had said, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact quote, but basically Abraham Lincoln said, listen, all I was trying to do was preserve the Union. And if that meant freeing the slaves, then I would have freed the slaves. But if that meant keeping them enslaved, then I would have kept them enslaved. I was trying to preserve the Union, meaning the United States of America. He was just trying to stop the war. And if keeping all the slaves would have done it, boom. And I could go deeper with the Emancipation Proclamation, but I ain't even trying to go all the way down that road and have a whole history lesson. But suffice to say, stop giving Abraham Lincoln all that, because it ain't. Second of all, Tyler Perry. All of us weren't slaves. Barack Obama's daddy is from Kenya and his mama is white. Kenya, the country, in Africa. Barack Obama is a first generation American citizen. You do know that. His daddy is a whole immigrant. His mama white. What descendant of slaves is you talking about? The slaves that was kidnapped from Kenya? It wasn't kidnapping slaves from Kenya. They was kidnapping the slaves from West Africa. Xavier, don't come in here with that. Ain't nobody going by no ancestry. His mammy family owned slaves. If we want to go down what ancestry said about Barack Obama, on his maternal side, his mama's family owned slaves. Xavier talking about something. Actually, ancestry, Obama's maternal family had slave ancestry. Yep, because they owned them. So they might have mixed the blood because the daddy was sliding into the slaves' quarters and was making babies, maybe. But his mama's family owned slaves. They found that out when they went down and they did it. I'm sorry, y'all know Xavier. I know I always get on Xavier. That's my Budo. But Tyler, please go sit all the way down. If you wanted to say happy birthday to Barack Obama, all you had to do was post a picture of you and Barack Obama and be like, happy birthday to my friend. If you really wanted to stun on us and let us know that Barack Obama is in your Rolodex and you know how to slide through your contacts and he under B or BO or O or Rocky Rock, like if you want to just stun on us and let us know that you got Barack Obama on speed dial, that's all you had to do. That is how Oprah does it. Oprah just be posting shit with people and be like, happy birthday. Oprah just be letting us know that she know everybody. She ain't got to put it out there and give us no whole long soliloquy. She just be stunting on us with the pictures. Her, Michelle Obama, and Gayle, they go to Hawaii every year for like 2 weeks and chill out and just do girl things. You know what? We never know. We never hear about it until one of them say, remember that time, Gayle, and you and Michelle were in Hawaii? Remember that time we had the cocktails out on the lanai? That's how Oprah be stunting on people. You really got to get this new money thing together, Tyler. He was trying to have a moment, but I'm just saying all you had to do was just post a picture of you and Barack hanging out on the golf course or something, playing basketball, something. Barack probably asked Michelle, what's wrong with Tyler? I mean, we got to stop assuming. And see, that's why, again, I don't have time to go down this road with y'all today. But see, that's why we just got to stop assuming that everybody black was a slave. We weren't. And I'm not saying we like I wasn't one because I don't know. But I'm just saying like every black person in America not descended from slavery. I'm sorry. Hate to bust your bubble. We weren't all slaves. Now, were we all oppressed in the system of Jim Crow and segregation and all that? Absolutely. We still to this day are dealing with the consequences of slavery. Absolutely. Hey, KK. Anyway, child. Anyway. Moving on. Child. Hey, Leo. What's up, boo? Absolutely, little baby. Right. There were Black Americans who even owned slaves. Like, child. I'm a descendant, but my Black husband isn't, and that's okay. Right. We gotta stop painting that brush like that. Like, we always talk about how white America is uninformed and they don't know their history. Shit, we don't either. We don't either. It's a whole lot of us that don't know our history either. And there it is. Yes, KK. Let me see. Let me show y'all my tan. Let me see. Show y'all my tan line. Can y'all see it? Hold on. Y'all see my tan line? You see my skin peeling a little bit. You see that tan line? Look at that. Baby, I was in that sun. I was in that sun, honey. Yes. Listen, I'm gonna talk about my trip with members only. Members only, y'all gonna get the play-by-play, baby. Y'all gonna get, it ain't, but members only, when I do my members only live, I'll break down Jamaica, honey. I'll tell y'all all about Jamaica, honey. That's Tyler, to his credit, he done took it down now because I guess enough people got in his ear because they was tearing his ass up down to the Twitter. They was tearing his ass up. So he done took it down. But I just feel like we have to stop. And I'm joking, but I'm serious. Y'all, we got to stop that shit. We just got to stop putting everybody in the same box. All of our story ain't the same. And that's part of the problem in Black America is that we want to give everybody the same story. And all of us did not have the same story. Yeah, I bought some when I got there. Remember, I forgot to buy some. So the first day I didn't have any, but I bought some when I got there. And actually I had sunblock. What's up, DMV? Yes, honey, I was flashing y'all. Leo said he has a mix of Creole, Jewish, and German ancestry. Right. And I feel like if all of us looked and found it, but anyway, but we know that in Barack Obama's immediate history, his daddy was from Kenya and his mama was from Hawaii. Like, that is his immediate. But moving on, child. Moving on. All right. That's Tyler Perry. Where else do I go from here? So many people I want to yell at today. I got a lot of people to yell at today. This, I ain't even got to yell at her. I'm just going to throw this out a little bit. I'm just going to give y'all this. While I was gone, hold on, child. Joseline Hernandez was picked up on 2 more charges of felony counts of battery on a law enforcement officer in connection with that night where she assaulted her baby daddy. Well, no, he's not her baby daddy, her boyfriend, and Big Lex. She was in court. Her arraignment, the judge explained the prosecutors are charging her with 2 felony counts of battery on a law enforcement officer. The judge explained the 2 additional felony charges meant that Joseline needed to be taken into custody and booked a second time. This was due to prevent her legal team from finding potential legal loopholes. Reports state that Joseline pleaded not guilty to all the charges against, and it's due back in court next week. I got a question. You know what I wish people would stop doing? I really wish people would stop wasting the court's time. Ma'am, they literally have you on camera assaulting the police officer. They literally have video of you throwing your phone and hitting that man with your cell phone. They literally have a video of you threatening those police officers. Ma'am, I really hate, and I understand it's a legal strategy, blah, 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 but I really, really hate, okay, she's from Kansas and moved to Hawaii. Thank you, Jace. Why are we wasting our time? Hey, Pam, I missed you too, friend. I called Pam from the beach one day, and then I got disconnected. I guess the guys was like, girl, you on vacation. But and I understand it's a legal strategy. I honestly do. But I'm sick of y'all wasting the court's time. They got you on camera. Just be like, I'm guilty. What kind of deal you want off of me? Like, sit down with the prosecutor and be like, all right, you got me. Now I can understand if they don't have you and it's just a word of mouth. It's a he say, she say. It's some they got some DNA, they got some evidence. Somebody said they saw you. But ma'am, they got you from several angles. It ain't just one video. They got angles. They have angles. It is all over the intranets. Can we just move on? I mean, do we really have to go through not guilty, preliminary hearings, submission of evidence, discovery, voir dire, jury select? Do we have to do all that? We literally saw you hit that man several times and threaten him. I'm sick of y'all. I told y'all this is gonna be one of them lives now. I'm sick of y'all. And when I say y'all know I ain't talking about the tribe. Y'all know I'm talking about other people. Joseline could argue what, Xavier, that it was self-defense of what? The police officers was trying to subdue her out of control ass. Child. Right. Laura said in high resolution and zoomed in. Okay. I mean, I am sick of y'all wasting the court's good time, resources and such. That's Joseline. I ain't got a whole lot more to say about her. We're gonna move on. Next, come down here, Tiffany. Tiffany Haddish. Now, I told y'all when it happened. That all Tiffany had to do was be quiet, lay low. Thank you. Thank you, Monk Chip. Thank you for the cash app, my love. Mwah. Thank you so much. I told y'all that all she had to do was lay low. And what happened? It's a year later, might not even be a full year after all that information came out about Tiffany Haddish. She got 4 movies coming out. She working. She's just been quiet. Now, she has done a few interviews here and there. I chose not to really, hey, King Payne. What's up, my love? Mwah. Shout out to official King Payne in the building. I chose not to really, we calling people into the principal's office today because y'all been cutting up since I was on vacation. Y'all been cutting up, okay? So, unfortunately for Tiffany, she is now being sued by the mother of the children, okay? So let me read y'all this article. Tiffany Haddish is being sued by her ex-friend, Traza Morris, I don't know, I said that woman's name wrong, for defamation of character following her children's 2022 lawsuit against the actress for alleged child, allegations. Last year, the siblings dropped the suit against actor, comedian Haddish and Ari Spears after accusing the two of grooming them as children for inappropriate comedy skits. They reached a settlement. They dropped the lawsuit because they reached a settlement, child. Y'all know. According to the court documents obtained by Radar Online, Haddish became close with Traza's family in 2011, as her children once referred to her as Auntie Tiff. Morse claimed that in 2014 and 2015, Haddish groomed and solicited the minors to perform and record, and we know about that. Morse accused the entertainer of defaming her when they both accused her of trying to extort them for money last year. The plaintiff's mother has been trying to assert these bogus claims against Ms. Haddish for several years. This is according to her. This is what Tiffany Haddish's lawyer said. Every attorney who has initially taken on the case, and there were several, ultimately dropped the matter once it became clear the claims were meritless and Ms. Haddish would not be shaken down, he added. Now Ms. Morris, as her adult daughter representing herself in the lawsuit, the two of them will together face the consequences of pursuing this frivolous action. Morris also claimed that both Haddish and Spears slandered her name, character, and integrity morals, and ethical values. Child, hold on, let me read that again. Slandered her name, character, integrity, morals, and ethical values in an effort to distract from their own behavior. Per outlet, Morris also feels that because of the comedian's alleged slander of her, her name was further defamed by the media. Per legal documents, Morris stated that she contacted Haddish and Spears' attorneys earlier this year, respectfully asking them to release a statement clearing her from extortion claims. In response, Morris claimed that Haddish called her in March. How y'all still got each other's phone number? So Tiffany can pick up the phone and call this woman. The media isn't talking about it right now. This is what Tiffany said to her. The media isn't talking about it right now. I have 4 movies coming out this year, and I'm going to be doing a lot of press. If it comes up, I'll be sure to mention it. Girl, what? What's up, Ebs? However, according to Morris, Haddish didn't keep her word as she allegedly spoke ill of her to a reporter following their conversation. The mother of the siblings claims to have suffered personally, academically, professionally, mentally, and financially. On the flip side, Haddish has been focused on creating a music career for her child. Okay, they're going to talk about her having a some music coming out. What's up, Mims? Hey, boo. You know, listen, I'm going to say what we always say. We know that defamation is a hard bar. It's a high bar to prove. It is a hard claim to make stick. I think people have really, Cardi B, the Cardi B Tasha K situation really made people think this is easier than it is, and it's not. And I think people look at the short term instead of the long term, and the long term is that Cardi B and Tasha K were fighting for years. Like, this went on for years. It just so, obviously Cardi B had time and money. Tasha K had lawyers. It turned out to not be so great lawyers because that's probably what she could afford because this lawsuit went on for so long. But please don't be mistaken into thinking that this is an easy thing to prove. Defamation is a hard thing it's a high bar. Hey, Mr. Willie Brown. Now, you know what? You ain't lying about that, man. Ma'am said the Sexy Red can have a rap career, Tiffany Haddish can, and you ain't lying about that because that daggone Sexy Red child, I don't know where she came from, and I wish she would go back. Right, and Tasha really kind of made it easy for them. But I just think, Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears said that she was extorting them. By that woman's own admission, she agreed to an arrangement with Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears when it happened. It just so happened that one of them, I think it was Ari Spears, stopped paying or stopped giving her. So if in the truest definition of the word, if I say somebody did something to my child, and I agree that I won't press charges if you do A, B, and C, it could be interpreted as extortion. And I'm not saying that woman extorted them. I'm just saying, if the purest definition, that could be Tiffany Haddish's interpretation of what happened, especially if Tiffany does not feel like she did anything wrong. And publicly, she has never admitted to doing anything wrong. Not publicly. Now, privately, I don't know. And I'm not talking about, please don't attack me. I'm not saying that she did or didn't do anything wrong. I'm saying her interpretation, her point of view. And the bar that you have to prove is that that wasn't her point of view. You have to prove, in order to prove defamation, you have to prove that Tiffany Haddish didn't feel that way. If that's how she felt, and that was her true assessment of the situation, if that's how she felt like she was being distorted, what's the word, defamed, You disagree? Okay, Miss B, tell me what you think, boo. Aries works at Kroger's collecting baskets in the parking lot. How they extort him for money? Those mad TV checks dried up years ago, child. He does look rough now. I ain't gonna lie. He look rough now. He look like he be out there collecting the baskets, okay? Um, I thought the lady was paid off. There was an arrangement, and she did get part of what they arranged, but according to her, Ari Spears stopped paying. She wanted them to pay for therapy for her kids and put her kids in private school or something like that. I forget all the details now, but it was something along those lines that he was supposed to pay for her the kids to go to private school and pay for them to go to therapy. And he stopped. I think they said he paid for a period of time and then he stopped paying. That's my understanding. Again, that's what I remember. I'm gonna let Miss Carter tell me what she disagrees on. But yeah, now do I think that I'm sure messages and texts and emails about her admitting to all her wrong. I'm sure. But if they're messages, texts, and emails, they ain't came out yet. No, back when it happened, Xavier, the little boy is still a minor. The daughter is over 18, but the little boy is still a minor. But no, I'm saying originally when she first went to them, when she first found out, if I would have to go back and refresh my memory, but if I remember correctly, when she first found out about it, she went to them. When the kids first told her what happened, her version, this is her version of the story. When the kids first told her what happened, she went to Tiffany and Ari Spears, and they agreed to an arrangement. Um, and the arrangement included therapy for the kids and for them to pay for them to go to private school or something like that. The daughter said she had some information. Yeah, but the daughter also dropped a lawsuit and settled. So if she had a smoking gun, where is it? And I am pretty certain, I ain't nobody's attorney. Y'all know I didn't go to nobody's law school. But if I were Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears' attorney, whatever settlement agreement that the daughter made with them last year, whatever that settlement was, I don't know how much money it was for. I don't know what it, because undisclosed. I am pretty certain that there is language in there that prohibits her from using any evidence that she may have in another case. Like, I doubt that she can slide that information over to her mama. Like, I'm sure it was airtight, because Tiffany Haddish had the money to pay for a good ass lawyer. I'm sure whatever the agreement was, whatever the NDA was, I'm sure it was airtight. That if there was a smoking gun, it's gone. Now, if I were her attorney, it'd be gone. And there would be language in there that if she did still have information that she did not share, she can't use it. This is it. That's it. That's a wrap. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bam. And if they did agree to a payout, there was the paperwork. Right, exactly, Lauren. There's definitely going to be paperwork. Definitely going to be paperwork. If I'm their lawyer, and I ain't even nobody's attorney. Did they put a time limit on the terms for the tuition therapy? I don't know. I don't remember all those details. Mims went to ICDC college to get his law degree, child. Yeah, so but I feel like the timing is very interesting. And again, I'm not defending Tiffany Haddish at all. I'm not defending this woman, but I found the timing to be very interesting, that as soon as she starts to come out a little bit, she got some movies coming out. She's back walking red carpets. She's doing interviews. She's starting to get back in the mainstream. She's starting to get her career back on track. Boom, here comes this lawsuit. I find that to be very interesting. And I'm not saying that Tiffany is innocent. I'm not saying, I ain't getting into all of that. But I just find the timing to be very interesting. I can agree to that because the daughter came out with the statement with kind words for Tiffany. Right, Miss Carter, exactly. Now, do I think she may have had something? She may have. But I guess when they sat down to settle whatever was put on the table, more movies equals more money. That boy trying to get more money, just Believers neighborhood trying to get more money. What? Just something they were trying to get more money to offer him after the lawsuit, and the judge said no more money. Bieber's? Are you saying Bieber? Get your money, ma'am. Tiffany gonna be broke again wearing the same white dress to every award show. You stupid. Hey, Quarterly. Hello, hello, hello. Right. So anyway, so that is the Tiffany Haddish situation. People, that is the Tiffany Haddish situation. All right, let's get into these last couple of stories, and then we will be going live for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Child, I ain't even seen last week's episode, so when I get off of here, I gotta do back to back. Child, I gotta do back to back, honey. I need to watch both episodes. Although I ain't hear a whole lot of smoke about last week's episode, so it must not have been too much went down. I ain't heard a whole lot of smoke. I think more people was focused on Nene Leakes in the interview and everything she said in that interview than that. So all right then. Okay, so let's get into these last couple of stories. Okay. Hell, my auntie made me sign a contract on a brown paper bag when I was 11 years old because I wanted some Funyuns and Flaming Hot Cheetos from the corner store. You know what? Not your auntie was like, you gonna sign this good contract. You gonna sign this good contract. Okay. That is hilarious to me, child. That is hilarious to me. All right. Where we want to go next? Let's talk about this K. Michelle Darius Cooks thing. What's going on with Love and Marriage Huntsville? I don't know. I don't watch it no more. I'm sorry, Quarterly. I haven't watched Love and Marriage Huntsville in weeks, baby. I don't know. I couldn't tell you nothing that's going on. I'm sorry. Wrong YouTuber, baby. I don't watch the show. I don't review the show anymore. I don't know nothing. And that's the truth. I have not looked at the episode. Well, I ain't watched or review last week's episode either. I'm over watching Really Be When. I should be watching last week's Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, thank you, ma'am, for being here, my love. Shout out to the 220. If you have not hit that like button, can you do so, please? Now, I appreciate you so much. Love Marriage Huntsville is off until September. Oh, well, there you go. Let me say this, y'all. So we got this K. Michelle Darius Cooks situation. So what had happened was Darius Cooks. Now, for those who don't know who Darius Cooks is, child, Darius Cooks is a cook. He's very controversial. He's been in a lot of mess. He's been in a lot of situations and a lot of hoorah and a lot of mess and a lot of foo-la-la. But I think ultimately he is a chef / cook. I should say cook until I see his credentials, because I don't know if he went to nobody's school and got his culinary arts degree, but that's just a whole situation. So he's a cook. I know he had a restaurant or two at a time. He released some cookbooks and cookware, that kind of thing. He was doing a review of a restaurant down in Memphis. Now, from my understanding, the restaurant is Black owned. It's a woman, a female, Black owned restaurant. And he did a review. And he did not do a very good review. I mean, he talked about that, I saw some of the review. He said that the cupcakes weren't moist. He said the cornbread was dry. He said that the food was but he basically didn't give it a good review. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I saw a clip of his review. Now, I ain't watched the whole damn thing. I don't feel like he said anything bad. I mean, if he didn't enjoy the food, he didn't enjoy the food. If he felt like, and he gave reasons, like he didn't, like when he was talking about the cupcake, it was a red velvet cupcake with some sort of icing. He even said, you see how the icing is separating? It's not supposed to separate like this. You see, like he explained why he didn't enjoy the food. He said the cornbread was dry. I think he had the catfish or something like that. He said it was all right. I don't feel like he was totally tearing this woman down. But if the food wasn't good, the food wasn't good to him. Now, again, I didn't watch the whole thing. In my opinion, you think he went in with the intention of doing a bad review? Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Now, K. Michelle took exception because she was like, why are you putting down a Black woman? Like, why are you going out of your way to bring this Black woman down, to bring this entrepreneur down, to bring this restaurant down? And I can definitely see it from her point of view. I can absolutely see that from her point of view, to say, listen, Why would you want to bring this black woman down? She out here trying to do her thing. She trying to, she's a black entrepreneur. She's a female. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So I see K. Michelle's point of view. However, and I know y'all ain't gonna like this because it's Darius Cooks. So separate, hey Candace, my love. So separate Darius Cooks from what I'm getting ready to say, because I know y'all don't like Darius, and that's okay. But I want you to separate that. I want you to separate what I'm saying, and let's look at this from a different perspective. When there's not one restaurant, food establishment that is exempt from a critic, whether it's a basic critic, whether it's someone who has a name behind their name. I follow people on TikTok who that is all they do. They ain't nobody special. They just TikTokers. They just somebody with a video camera. They go to local restaurants and they give their reviews, and they eat they get stuff off the menu. They, and they go through what they like. They usually do a 1 to 10, and then they give an overall review. And when it's on TikTok, they show you as they're going through and all of that. I mean, that is what everybody does. Now, is Darius Cooks a jerk about it? Maybe. He's been going to black restaurants and giving bad reviews. Okay. Again, is he a jerk about it? Sure. I remember in the days of newspapers, I know, long time ago, in the days of newspapers, there were critics who were so notorious that when restaurants opened, they were so afraid of these critics coming into their restaurant. You didn't know who these people looked like. You never knew who they were. They would come in anonymously and they would review it and they would put it in the newspaper for everybody to read. Back when people actually read the newspaper, right? For everybody to read. And I understand that we don't like, when I say we, I understand that Darius Cooks is notorious and people don't like him. I get it. I 100% understand it, and it's valid. I feel like he's done some not so nice things. I get it. But I don't know. I guess I just didn't see it like that. I don't know, y'all. I can separate stuff. I know a lot of people can't separate stuff. You don't like him, so you don't like it. But I can separate stuff. I don't have to be a fan of his, but I don't feel like what he did was any different than anybody else going into a restaurant and doing a breakdown and going through the menu and saying what they like and what they don't like. Now, is he going to get more eyes watching him? Sure. More people going to hear what he has to say? Yeah. He's got more followers. He's got a name recognition. Andre said, but he's doing it on purpose. I've had food from these places and he's lying. Listen. And again, I know y'all gonna think I'm not defending him. I'm just giving y'all a different point of view. My sister is a chef. I mean, a trained chef. I mean, my sister went to culinary art school and has a degree. My sister has worked on every level in restaurants. She's worked from running the salad bar all the way up to being an executive chef. My sister has had her original recipes on menus at 5-star restaurants here in DC. My sister has a resume, right? I hate going out to eat with my sister. You know why I hate going out to eat with my sister? Because my sister doesn't see things the way I see things. Because she's trained differently than I am. We go to a restaurant and I think the restaurant is perfectly fine. Food was decent, service was okay, blah, 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 right? I don't have no issues. She can walk into a restaurant and she can already tell you 4 or 5 things that's just wrong. Stuff that I never paid attention to because I'm not trained to see it that way. If our food comes out a certain way and it's not right, if the food is too long, takes too long, or if we're seated, like it's certain things that my sister sees. So what I'm saying is this. I get it. You may have went to that restaurant and that food was fine to you. But a critic who has a different palate is looking for different things. Now, again, I still say, do I think that Darius might be doing it on purpose to be a jerk? Sure, maybe. I don't know. If he's purposely going into black restaurants just to be a jerk, then that says more about him than these people he's reviewing. Corey, you asked me for the name of it, and I don't know. If anybody, hold on, let me see if I can find the name. If anybody knows the name of the restaurant, please put it in the chat. I do not know off the top of my head. But if anybody knows the name of it, you can put it in the chat. And if you're in Memphis, go show that woman some love. If you know, honestly, that's the only thing that we can do to counteract jerks like that. If y'all like her restaurant and y'all think she's doing some great things and you are in the Memphis area, then buy some food. Go to the restaurant. Do your own review. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality of the situation is he's not doing anything wrong. He's not doing anything illegal. Is it jerky? Sure. Let me see if I can find what K. Michelle wrote, because y'all know K. Michelle. Y'all know she ain't got no cut cards, y'all. K. Michelle wrote, Darius Crooks. First of all, she put Crooks. Shut your bitch ass up. Bread tastes like rocks. Digging in your nose while cooking with acrylic hair on your chest. I said what I said. You are in no position to be a food critic with Kool-Aid in bins. I came, I saw, I said. Tearing black businesses down is pathetic, just like putting Hennessy in everything. Well, that is true. For the people who just want to put Hennessy in everything. Can y'all stop? Can y'all stop putting Hennessy in everything? Thank you. And that's the other thing too. Two Greeks is right. I mean, Two Geeks and a Nerd says not all reviews can be trusted because some people will hate for a click and a view. Unless you do it for professional living, you should F up and stay away. I'm gonna be honest. I feel the same way. I personally, unless there are people that I know and I trust, I don't really go by what the critics say. I just don't. If I say I want to go somewhere and one of my good girlfriends be like, "Oh, girl, I went and da 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 da," but I even take that into consideration. Like, did you go on a Sunday when it was busy? Did you, were you with a large party and didn't have a reservation? Is that cook still working there? Because sometimes the chef get fired. It's all about the chef. So, but I agree, and that's why honestly, I just don't. But again, I understand that there are people who will listen to him and will take his word. So, if he's purposely going out trying to destroy black businesses, I think that says more about him than the businesses and us as people. All we can do is try to support those businesses, right? If you live in the Memphis area, again, if somebody knows the name of the place, please drop it in the chat. I do not know. I just know it's a black-owned business and it's in Memphis. But if y'all know, just that's all you can do is counteract it. But, if he's being a jerk, listen, that say more about his jerk ass. You know what I'm saying? And like she said, I mean, I've heard bad things about what he about what he got going on. They say his food ain't all that. Keith Lee is one of the few that I found that I can give their honest opinion without being nasty about it. Is he on TikTok or where is he? Cozy Corner. Is that the name of the restaurant? Cozy Corner? Cozy Corner. Okay. Cozy Corner. Cozy Corner. All right. Thank you, little baby. Thank you, Andre. So if you are in the Memphis area, or if you know anybody in the Memphis area, hell, order some Uber Eats and send it to them. If you know somebody that live down there and you want to support her, support her. You know what I'm saying? I bet she's going to be making the icing right moving forward. People be trying to sell 2-day-old cakes for full price. Listen, let me tell y'all something. And listen. I told y'all gonna be mad at me today. I told y'all gonna be okay. CJ Duncan say it's good to me. So you live in the area, CJ? You live in Memphis or you've been there before? CJ say it's good to her. So y'all going down there. Listen, Cozy Corner. If you know somebody in the Memphis area, go on down to the Uber Eats or the Grubhub and order them something. Or if you live in that area, go down there and support it. That's really all you can do. And I hate to say that. That's really all you can do. I don't know. Who is Keith Lee? No, I don't know who Keith Lee is. Who Keith Lee? Abby, send me a Keith Lee video. I might know him by face. But I was reading an article a few weeks ago, and I don't remember who wrote it. So, but I mean, this might have been, yeah, maybe it was a few weeks ago. It's downtown Memphis. Okay. Y'all, please go support her. The Interstate Barbecue Restaurant in Memphis, Tennessee is good. I remember the Queens of Comedy went there and shot footage. Y'all support this woman. Support her. Seriously. And I'm not even being funny. Dead serious. Y'all go support her. He's a food critic on TikTok and an ex-MMA. Yeah, I don't know him, Abby. I don't know him. Just send me a video. Send me a video. I might know him by face. But I told y'all probably gonna be mad at me today because I've been cutting up and I just got some things to say. So let me say this to y'all, and I'm gonna end it here and I'm gonna move forward. Can we please stop acting like just because it's black owned is good? Now I'm all here for supporting the people. And I'm not talking about this restaurant because y'all say this restaurant is good. I'm just saying in general. All money ain't good money, okay? And everything ain't good. And I was reading an article where they were saying that black owners exploit black patrons just because they know people are going to come out and support them. Like Mims is saying in the chat, $42 for some oxtails, $50 shrimp and grits, $100 hookah, $30 drinks. Like, come on, y'all. We're not going to sit here and act like every time we go to a black-owned establishment, we get treated well and our money is respected. We ain't going to do that. Now, again, I'm not talking about this woman and I'm not talking about her restaurant. I'm saying in general. So, again, I get it. If Darius Cooks is a jerk, fine, he's a jerk. If this restaurant is good and y'all feel like it got a bum deal because this man is being a jerk, sure. But what we not going to do is sit here and act like you done been to a black establishment and you have always walked away feeling like your money was well spent. Now, we're just not going to do that. We're not going to play that game. Now, I'm going to keep supporting my people, but what I'm not going to do is throw away good money after bad. If I go to a restaurant and I don't feel like I'm being respected and I don't feel like my money is being respected, guess what I'm going to do? Now, I might not badmouth it, but I ain't going back. But that's just that. Y'all can feel differently, and I respect how y'all feel, but I'm telling you how I feel. And y'all know I ain't lying. But anyway, child, K. Michelle got that covered. K. Michelle don't play. She got that covered. So, okay, there we go. Lizzo. I guess I'm gonna just have to go. I was gonna do a whole separate video, but listen, that ship has sailed. Lizzo, the whole situation. Let me say this about this Lizzo situation. Y'all know what I say, where there's smoke, there's fire, and I still feel that way. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I do feel that way. I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. So, do I feel like Lizzo may or may not be the nicest person to work for? Maybe not. Do I feel like Lizzo, maybe her ego is getting a little bit of her? She doing a lot, doing a little too much? Maybe. Do I feel like some of these stories? See, y'all, can we talk? See, y'all about to get mad at me. Some people about to get mad at me. Can we talk? Well, I'm sorry. Let me take a pause. Auntie Didi said, I don't eat oxtails anymore. Something that used to be inexpensive is expensive. Well, they always take our shit and turn it into a delicacy, right? 1 minute, it's nothing y'all don't want. Y'all don't want the oxtails. Y'all don't want to be bothered with the oxtails. And all of a sudden, you turn it into a delicacy. And it go from $5.99 a pound to $20 a pound, right? Same thing with crabs. My parents told me back in the day, they used to go down to the D.C. wharf. They would get them a bushel of crabs, and they would sit outside and eat them. Ain't nobody eat crabs but us. Nobody wanted no crabs. Now, all of a sudden, You get a bushel of crabs, you pay $200, $250 for a decent size on a bushel of crabs. Why? Because people have turned it into a delicacy and made it into something. Also, there's a little bit of a shortage. I'm gonna put that over there. But anyway, I'm just saying, but they do that all the time. But let me get back to Lizzo. We are raising a generation of punks. Now I'm gonna just get real. Y'all ain't gonna like me after this today. I'm gonna still love y'all though. But I'm just being, listen, can we be real? Can we just be real? We are raising a generation of punks. Some of these stories that I read in this lawsuit. Now, some of that stuff is okay, Lizzo, I'm a side eye you. But some of this stuff, I feel like if y'all had just cut that, like, because a lot of things were aimed towards the dance captain. I feel like if y'all had just cussed her out real good one good time, I feel like y'all could have alleviated some of this. I just don't understand. I'm reading some of this stuff, and you said that Lizzo said that y'all weren't doing a good job, and she was gonna make all of y'all re-audition for y'all jobs. Y'all had to basically, and you said you were there for 12 hours, and you was so afraid to walk off of the stage that you peed on yourself, and that's Lizzo's fault. And now tell me if I'm wrong, y'all. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's Lizzo's fault. Now I can understand you say, well, she created an environment of fear. Okay, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. Okay, she created a hostile work environment. Sure. Okay, sure. I'll give you that. But let me tell y'all a story. Let me tell y'all a story. This is a true story, and I've told this story before. It's a true story. My first year teaching. We would be in those department meetings or those staff meetings, and I would ask the questions that needed to be asked. Part of it was I ain't know no better, but the other part of it was I just didn't live in that mindset of I can't ask a question. And people would come up to me after the meeting and be like, "Oh my goodness, you were just so bold. You were just so bold." I said, "What am bold for? I'm just asking a question." Because in my mind, if you're gonna fire me for asking a question, then I ain't where I'm supposed to be no damn way. I mean, I just didn't understand people who walk around in fear. Now, we had one of the old school principals. They called her the Joe Clark of DC, right? She was hard, and she was hard on teachers. She was hard on the kids. She was hard on teachers. She ran a great school. The kids acted like they had some sense. The parents acted like they had some sense. It was a great place to work, but she was hard on all of us. Now that she was. But I also never felt like I needed to be so afraid of her that I can't ask a damn question. So y'all were so pressed. I'm going to just call the thing a thing right now. Y'all were so pressed to say you worked for Lizzo. That y'all would put yourself, because y'all put yourselves through that. Y'all put yourselves through that. Now, does that mean that it's okay for Lizzo to talk to y'all crazy, treat y'all bad? No, I'm not defending none of that. I ain't defending none of that. If Lizzo did all those things, she absolutely was wrong. But what I'm going to say to these young ladies, you have to ask yourself what you're willing to deal with and what you're willing to go through for a job. And I get it. You're a dancer. Y'all are thick dancers. Lizzo is giving y'all an opportunity where most people don't open up the doors for big girls. What's up, J Dub? I get that. I understand that there was opportunities given that not everybody were given for a thick girl. I get it. But you also have to ask yourself, at what price am I willing to, I guess, essentially sell my soul? That I promise you. Now, don't get me wrong. As a teacher, we're not supposed to lead a classroom. We're not supposed to lead a classroom. Under no circumstances are we supposed to leave our kids unattended. That is where having good classroom management comes into place. Because let me tell you something. I have been teaching for 25 years. Sometimes my classroom was close to the bathroom. Sometimes it wasn't. But let me tell you what I never did. I ain't never peed on myself. For nobody. Now, Lizzo took y'all down to the sex club in Amsterdam and she encouraged you to do some things you wasn't comfortable doing. That's all about you got to make a decision. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying, again, I'm going to repeat myself because somebody ain't going to hear what I'm saying. Somebody ain't going to hear what I'm saying. So I want y'all to listen. I want y'all to listen carefully. There's 255 of y'all in the room. I need all y'all to listen carefully because I need you to understand what I'm saying right now. I am not condoning any bad behavior on Lizzo or her dance captain's part. I'm not. What I am saying to these young ladies who are suing, y'all need to do some self-reflection. And y'all need to figure out why y'all allowed yourselves to be in this situation. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. I need to be under you. I just turned in a final 5 minutes ago. I'm in you in ELED right now. Okay, hit me up. If you weren't taken by force, then you weren't forced to stay. Listen, they got Ubers in Amsterdam. If you were no longer comfortable, you say, I'm gonna head on out. I'm gonna give me this good Uber and I'll see y'all at the hotel. Y'all have a good time. Listen, everything ain't for everybody. Everything ain't for everybody. If I'm out with my people traveling and they say, hey, everybody, y'all want to go down to the such and such and the bada boo? Nah, I'm good. Shoot, last week when we was in Jamaica, some of the people in our group went to Dunn's Rivers Falls. I didn't want to go. Been there, done that. I got the picture. Congratulations to you. Scheduled to graduate in 2025. You better do it, girl. Listen, if I can help you in any way, hit me up. Let me know. And so I go back to my original statement that we are raising a generation of punks. Like, we've got to stop coddling these people and making these kids think or making them feel like the world revolves around them when it does not. It does not. A lot of it sounds like feelings, not facts. However, the holding her in the room and going through her phone in Amsterdam is harder for Lizzo. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right, and the t-shirt, Dub. I'm not saying that Lizzo is right if she did talk to these girls crazy and treat them bad. I'm not defending none of that. But what I'm saying to these young ladies, moving forward, you have to do some self-reflection. And you have to figure out why you allowed yourself in certain spaces. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I get it. You were on the Grammys. You were traveling the world. You were doing big things and you were out there. I get it. It's a lot to walk away from. It is. But I say to you this, it's a lot to walk away from. But if you chose to stay there, that's all I'm saying. We got to stop giving everybody a participation trophy. That's all I'm saying. We got to stop telling these kids that the world will adjust to them instead of them having to adjust to the world. Listen, it is not a nice thing, but it is the reality of the world that we live in. The world has not been to us. It just don't. I haven't, Princess. I have not watched Here Come the Big Girls. Watch the TMZ interview. I watched some of that interview. I did watch some of it. Exactly, J-Dub. Really be is saying we come from a place where we're our own protected. Yeah, I mean, y'all know I work at a school, so I see it. I see what we're bringing into this building. I see how these kids are coddled. What I told you, we keep lowering the bar instead of making the kids jump to the bar. I'm sorry. We keep doing that. And again, I'm not absolving Lizzo of any bad behavior at all. That is why, as a boss, you must separate yourself from your employees. I understand they were close, but you will always face backlash and lawsuits when the friendship and employment ends. Let me tell you something. I have been in schools where people that I taught with got promoted into, a principalship or assistant principalship, and they stopped hanging out. You have to. That don't mean we weren't cool anymore. That doesn't mean that we weren't, but you have to draw those boundaries. We can't sit around and talk shit and have cocktails like we used to. Because you now the people we used to talk shit about. You got to put the boundaries in place. Auntie Didi said that she felt like they didn't have another choice. What story? Because there were different stories. Some of them stories, they absolutely had other choices. Yes, they did. Now, the other choice might have been losing their job, but that's a choice. That's a choice. One of her first challenges was for them to pose nude in a photo shoot or almost nude if they were uncomfortable. One of the girls in the lawsuit was uncomfortable then. Then why didn't she leave the show? My thing is, I'm not absolving Lizzo. That was terrible. And I don't think that was cool. And that shouldn't have been a challenge. Full stop. I'm not absolving Lizzo. But you know what I would have done? Exactly, Citizen Jane. No is a complete sentence. It's the subject and the verb. But again, I get it. I get it. You wanted to be a part of this situation. You wanted to be on this reality show. You wanted to win. You wanted to be a part of Lizzo's team. I get it. I do. So that's why I say I don't absolve Lizzo if she did these things that she's accused of. I don't absolve her. She absolutely was wrong. But we just got to make a decision. I'm sorry. We just got to make a decision. I look back on a lot of these people that are complaining about, that are doing all these interviews complaining about America's Next Top Model. In hindsight, they're talking about a lot of things that happened on the show. And yes, and they say, listen, went through it, did it. I was a part of the situation. And some of the stuff I hear that happened when they won the show, it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. Janae said it follows them to college. Absolutely. Because if it worked in high school, why wouldn't you try it in college? It absolutely does. How many episodes of America's Next Top Model would they refuse to pose naked? Right. I mean, we know that people refuse to do certain things, and sometimes there were consequences, and sometimes they weren't. Exactly, Xavier. I understand that Tyra was dealing with an industry at that time, industry that has changed. So again, like I tell you guys all the time, it's hard to look back on history with the 2023 mindset. It's the same way. It's hard to look back on shows like America's Next Top Model in 2023 with that lens, because in that time period, Tyra wasn't wrong. It's just that the industry has changed and we look at it through that lens now. But Tyra wasn't wrong. What the things that she was saying is exactly what was going on in the industry at the time. That's just a fact. Anyway, child. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this Lizzo situation, child. I'm gonna keep an eye on this Lizzo situation. And again, I'm not absolving her. That's just my 2 cents, because the story was last week. Y'all know how stuff go. So I was gonna do a whole separate video, but y'all ain't gonna do it now. I ain't gonna do it now. Okay. Now let's talk about this Jamie Foxx situation. Again, people gonna be mad at me today. Let's talk about this Jamie Foxx situation. Okay, Abby sent me a link. Let me see what this man look like. Hold on, let me see what this man look like. Because I don't know these people. Abby said, you don't know him. I don't know him. Okay, yeah, I still don't know him. Okay, I just got to follow him. I don't know these people. I don't know these people. Okay. Fear is the thief of many things, including your dignity. True. True, 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 true. Now let's talk about this Jamie Foxx situation. Now, Jamie Foxx posted this on his Instagram. He said, they killed this dude named Jesus, dot, dot, dot. What do you think they'll do to you? Hashtag fake friends, hashtag fake love. Stop cussing in my chat, Xavier, please and thank you. Explain to me how this became that, how that became about the Jewish community. I have said that myself. Oh, well, they killed Jesus. What would they, oh, they talked about Jesus. Like, I've heard people have said that a million times. That is something that people say. Yes, Jamie said that, or his clone, depending on who you believe. Now, the hashtag should have let you know that he was talking out a specific situation in a specific way. Hashtag fake friends, hashtag fake love. Now we know that Jamie Foxx just went through a whole situation where people was out here speculating on whether he was even dead or alive. Okay, they would speculate. So I feel like I would have read this and I would have said, "Ooh, Jamie must be talking about some people in his camp that he felt like betrayed him." That's exactly what I would have thought. I promise y'all. I promise y'all that's what I would have thought. I wouldn't have thought nothing else of it. Well, here comes Jennifer Aniston. Now I like you, Jennifer. Now, you were my favorite one on Friends. But here comes Jennifer Aniston's ass. This really makes me sick. I do not like, in quotation, this post on purpose or by accident. And more importantly, I want to be clear to my friends and everyone hurt by this showing up in their feeds. I do not support any form of anti-Semitism, and I truly don't tolerate hate of any kind, period. So y'all done turned all of this into anti-Semitism because he said they killed Jesus. So what? And first of all, you should listen. First of all, you should have known that this was not a strict biblical situation when he said they killed this dude named Jesus. When he called Jesus a dude, you should have already known where we were going with this. This dude named Jesus. So y'all done made Jamie Foxx come back and apologize. So Jamie says, I want to apologize to the Jewish community and everyone who was offended by my post. I now know my choice of words have caused offense and I'm sorry. That was never my intent. To clarify, I was betrayed by a fake friend, and that's what I meant when I said they, not anything more. I only have love in my heart for everyone. I love and support the Jewish community. My deepest apologies to anyone who was offended. Nothing but love always. I did not. Xavier, baby, no. The Italian people did not kill Jesus. It was the Jews that did it. The Jews did it. They. Oh, baby. The, I'm not getting ready to have a Bible study. But the Jews, they did it. The Romans did the physical act, and yes, Romans in Italy, which would make them Italian. However, I'm not doing this with y'all. Anyway, oh God, I'm not doing this with y'all. Xavier, baby, I'm not doing this with y'all. Okay, I'm moving on. I'm just move on. I'm gonna just move on. I just think it's stupid. I think it was stupid. I think Jennifer Aniston inserted herself in something that didn't have nothing to do with her. It wasn't about her. Nobody asked her. And I hate the fact that Jamie Foxx had to come back and apologize, child. I do have to go. You have Bible study at 8. Well, thank you so much for being here. And please go on. Go on and ask them about the Jews. Somebody said don't say that word no more. Ask them about them people, okay? Fake outrage when you read what Jamie said. My mom don't think he was saying. Right, it never even went there. Like, I was like, what are you talking about? Girl, it's not about you. And I hate the fact that he had to apologize. Like, I hate it. She responded because she liked the post at first and then tried to say it was a mistake. Right. You responded because you put your 2 cents. You didn't like something and now you feel like, oh no. But it still wasn't. It was, I mean, like it, girl. You've been betrayed by friends. That's all he was saying is that he's been betrayed by friends. And if Jesus could get betrayed, then anybody can. Exactly, Andre. She accidentally liked it and then she got herself caught up. Y'all get up on nerves. Oh, excuse me, y'all. And y'all know when I say y'all know I ain't talking about the tribe. I'm talking about the other people, child. I hope I have 200 and I hope I have at least 200 likes. It's 250 people in the room. If you have not liked this the video, please like the video. Listen, I'm trying to go through some of these things that have been going on since I've been gone. So please and thank you. I appreciate the love. So we got one more story we're gonna talk about, and there's another one that's controversial. It's another one that's controversial. Oh Lord. So thank you, Lauren. So now the people mad they pick Barabbas over G. Right, that's what I'm saying, Abby. I need people to go back and study. I ain't about to have no I can't do it. I ain't about to have no Bible study. But I need y'all to go back and read. I just need y'all to go back and read. Just go on and read the story. Just please and thank you. Just go on and read the story, please. I ain't about to give y'all the story. I ain't about to do it. I ain't got the energy for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not qualified to have Bible study. I just know what I know. And y'all go ahead and y'all do y'all Bible study y'all way. I ain't qualified. But I know what I know. Now, this right here, this last story that we're going to talk about is probably about to get, speaking of apologies, next person that's going to be making an apology is Neo in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So, I'm going to play it for y'all. I'm going to let y'all hear what Neo has said. Hold on a second. I'm going to let y'all hear what Neo said because I'm not going to say it. But he about to get canceled. He going to be the next one trying to apologize. But I'm going to let y'all hear what he said. Okay?
I don't talk shit about no problem with nobody. Right. You love who you love, do what you do. Exactly. I just personally come from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman, and it wasn't but two genders, and that's just how I rock. Now, you can identify as a goldfish if you feel it. Right. I agree. That ain't my business. It becomes my business when you try to make me play the game with you. I'm not going to call you a goldfish, but if you want to be a goldfish, you're going to be a goldfish. Amen. I feel like parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is. Amen. It's like, okay, if your little boy comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl, and you just let him rock with that, you just let, right, he's 5. When did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves? Right. When did that happen? Right. Like, I don't understand that. And to medicate these young kids that are 5, 6, growing up and knowing that it affects their brain, it affects their organs, it makes them sick, but they're not allowed to do drugs, they're not allowed to do alcohol. Right. We can medicate them. He can't drive a car yet, but he can decide his sex.
So I'm gonna just pause for a second. It gets deeper, so give me a second. This was an interview that Neo did with Gloria Valdez. Now, first of all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Gloria Valdez was getting on my nerves more than Neo was. I'm just going to tell y'all to tell you the truth. She was getting on my nerves more than he was. They go on to talk about the new law in California where they, of course, they take it out of context, but basically they go on to talk about the new law in California where if your child wants to change, it identifies as trans, then you could go, somebody could call CPS if you don't allow that to happen. Whatever. That's taking it out of context, but I'm not going down that road. What I am going to say is this. First of all, you started off being disrespectful because y'all didn't hear the first part, but I'm going to let y'all hear the first part. I'm going to let y'all hear it one more time because you started off as being disrespectful.
Problem with nobody. Right. You love who you love, do what you do. Exactly. I just personally come from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman, and it wasn't but two genders.
So you come from a time when a man was a man and a woman was a woman, and it wasn't but two genders. How many genders do you think there are now, Neo? I just need him to tell me how many genders he thinks it is now. And you come from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman? What the hell you mean by that? A man is still a man and a woman is still a woman. This isn't the clip that I saw the other night because the clip that at the beginning of this clip, he says, I ain't got no problem with the LGBT, whatever. So he already started off disrespectful because if you can't even get LGBTQ correct, if you're not even putting enough effort into saying that correctly, you already coming with disrespect. In my mind, you already coming with disrespect. If you can't even get LGBTQ correct, if you can't even put in the effort to say, I respect the LGBTQ community. I know what J12, I understand that he's talking about transgender people, but what I'm saying, but that's part of the problem. That's not his opinion. There are only two genders. That has not changed. Sex, identity, gender are not the same. Gender is still male, female. That's it. Male, female. So that's what I'm saying. It's not his opinion. That is false. He has a right. I told y'all before, he has a right to his opinion, but you gotta have your facts straight. Did he also come from an era where men don't cheat on their wives and have impregnate their concubines? Well, there's that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he has a right to his opinion, but your opinion need to be based in fact, because if it's not based in fact, then that throws the whole opinion out because it's not true. The information is false. It's just false. I think he means society acts as if it has changed. Not saying I agree, but that's what I'm saying. But I understand, but that's what I'm saying. He has a right to, when it comes to his children, if his son comes to him and says, Daddy, I think I was born in the wrong body. I know that I was born a male, but I identify, I feel, all of those things, that conversation. And he says, I refuse to allow you to do that as long as you are a minor and under my roof. We don't have to like it, but he can do that. We ain't got to like it. That I agree with. That he has a right to. We don't have to like it. But you got to have your facts straight. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at something that Tracy sent me. Okay, this is the clip. Okay. Right. On a scientific level, there are only two genders. Exactly. We can have our own opinion, but we cannot have our own facts. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. All right, let's listen to this one. I think this might be the clip I saw earlier. Hold on, y'all.
I have no problem with none of y'all. I have no issue with the LBG. I have no problem with none of y'all, with nobody. Right. Love who you love, do what you do. Exactly. I just personally come from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman, and it wasn't but two genders, and that's just how I rocked. Now you can identify as a goldfish if you feel right. I agree. That ain't my business. It becomes my business when you try to make me play the game with you. I'm not going to call you a goldfish, but you want to be a goldfish, you're going to be a goldfish. Amen. I mean, it's just, we live in a weird time, man. We do. Totally different time. Let's get back to them days. I feel like I feel like parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is. Amen. It's like, okay, if your little boy comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl, and you just let him rock with that, you just let him. Right. He's 5. Right. And where did he get that from? If you let this 5-year-old boy decide to eat candy all day, he's going to do that. Exactly. Like, when did it? I have no issue with the LBG. When did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves? Right. When did that happen? Right. Like, I don't understand that. I don't get that. And to medicate these young kids that are 5, 6, growing up and knowing that it affects their brain, it affects their organs, it makes them sick, but they're not allowed to do drugs, they're not allowed to do alcohol. Right. We can medicate them. He can't drive a car yet, but he can decide his sex. Right, what sexual orientation, and he can cut up his pee-pee, and that, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever. So I don't know if this is true, but I heard a rumor that they either passed or are trying to pass a law in LA that states if your child comes to you and asks to do some of these things and you say no, they can take your kid from you. Yeah, that's true. Just passed in California. That makes no sense. They want us to have no control over our children. I don't get it. In schools, I don't get it. Hospitals, libraries. Yeah. They just want to manipulate. You gotta understand when they're. When did it become a good? You gotta understand when they're so young and they're already. That's impressionable. That's right. Mm-hmm. And from them, they're going to believe what you say. I mean, we say Santa Claus is real. You know, the Easter Bunny. Right, exactly. They know what they're doing. Remember who you're dealing with. I can't take credit for it, but I heard somebody say one time, it's like, all right, if your son comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl. Ask your son, what is a girl? That's a good one. What is he going to do? He's going to say, well, he might want to play with dolls. All right, you want to play with dolls. Fine, play with dolls. Right. But you're a boy. Right. Playing with dolls. That's right. I want to wear pink. All right, cool. Wear pink, but you're a boy. That's right. Wearing pink. I was a town boy. I still love boy sneakers, and I love my baseball cap. Doesn't mean I want to be a man. Right. I just like style preference is one thing. Right. Gender selection is. But I like playing sports too. You gotta understand when they're so.
Nobody is cutting off any body parts of a minor. Not legally. Not legally. Thank you, Rod. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all. I see the debate in the chat again about gender. I understand that there are intersex people that are born with both. And generally, they make them choose. Generally speaking, they make them choose one, or they make the parents choose one. Because there are only two genders. I read where somebody said that at her doctor's office, they have a box for non-binary. Me personally, I have a problem with that. Because it's not a gender. Non-binary is not a gender. You were born something. What you identify as is another conversation. But you were born a male or you were born a female. You were not born non-binary. Non-binary is a feeling. It is not your gender. So I mean, I can't tell that doctor how to run their office, but I have a problem with that on a medical form. Because when we're talking about a medical form, we're talking about biology. And biology is facts. That doesn't change. Now, I respect people who identify as non-binary. I will call you they. If you tell me and I know that that is your pronoun, that is fine. But that is not your gender. I'm sorry. Y'all ain't gotta like me tonight. I love y'all though, but it's not. Now, if you are trans, a trans man or a trans woman, I will respect it all day long. You tell me what to call you. You tell me what your pronoun is. Baby, you ain't going to get no pushback from me. I ain't arguing. I ain't debating. You a woman? Boom. Boom. Your name Tyrone? Last week, you was Tasha, but you Tyrone, baby. Fine. You are Tyrone. Your name is Laquifa. Last week, your name was Michael. Baby, I will call you Laquifa. I ain't about to argue about that with nobody. But like I keep telling y'all, when they pull your DNA, because that's medical, that is biology. When they pull your DNA, it's still going to come out as a man. And it's still going to come out as a woman. The non-binaries to help them address the patients, not for medical purpose. Thank you, Abby, for clearing that up. Thank you. So they know how to address you so they're not disrespectful. That makes sense. That makes sense, Abby. Thank you, my love. See, that's why I need the tribe to help me. That's why I need the tribe to help me. Thank you, my love. So that is not medical. That is to help identify, respect. I can respect that. I understand that. I thought they were doing it for like your medical paperwork because I'm like, okay, now that, no. But if it's just so they make sure they're not being disrespectful, boom, got it. Got it. Let me say this. I am not going to speak to every state and every doctor and every law in these 50 states. What I will say it is my understanding It is my understanding that they're not doing reassignment surgeries on minors. Now, are there minors that are being allowed to do certain things like hormones and stuff like that with parents' permission? Yes, that I know. But I'm not aware of any surgeries. Now, that's my opinion. Okay, Janae, thank you, Janae. Janae said that on death certificates, there's and y'all know that she's our medical expert in the chat. On death certificates, there's a spot for biological and one for identity. And again, I respect that. That makes sense to me. Janae said you need to be 18 or over for the surgery in most cases, right? And that's my understanding as well. But you certainly have to have parents' permission. You can't do that legally. So, you know. And again, Neo has a right to feel the way he feels. He absolutely does. I keep telling y'all, people have a right to their opinions. They absolutely do. The problem becomes when he wants to push his opinion on other people and he tries to limit other people's rights. As long as he's just exercising his opinion from the comfort of wherever the hell he is, baby, feel away. Feel away. Yeah. And again, I've already told y'all that I agree that I don't think that minors should be allowed to make permanent. And I stand by that. I stand by that. I don't care. Y'all ain't gotta like me. I still love y'all anyway. But I do not feel like minors should be allowed to make those permanent. But again, I don't think minors should be allowed to get tattoos. There's a lot of things that I don't think minors should be allowed to do. That is my opinion. That's my opinion. Now, am I out here trying to stand in front of a tattoo parlor, stop and checking IDs? I am not. I have students that got full sleeves. I have students who have tattoos. I had a student last year that had a tattoo on his face. I don't like it. But I ain't their mama or they dad. People allow their children to get breast implants and fillers, but once someone else wants gender affirming care, it's a problem. I agree with you 100%, Xavier. I agree. They Kylie Jenner had all kinds of stuff done before she was 18. And that's what I'm saying. I feel the same way about a Kylie Jenner as I do about a TS ... I feel the same way. It has, for me, it has nothing to do with whether you are part of the community or the LGBTQ community or not. I don't feel like children should be allowed to make permanent decisions like that. That is how I feel. And again, my opinion ain't gonna change. But it doesn't, I'm not talking specifically about children who wanna transition. I'm talking about everybody. I don't think you should be getting nose jobs. I don't think you should be getting boob jobs. I don't. Now, when they turn 18, baby, go for it. Do your thing. The law says that you are legal and you are an adult. You can go out here, you can rent a car, you can go out here, you can get an apartment. You can do all them things. Now, if you want to go and get your nose job, get your nose job. If you want to make your boobs bigger, make your boobs bigger. If you want to get a BBL, baby, make a BBL. Get a tattoo, tat it up. But that's my opinion. See how that works? My opinion. So, yeah. Tattoos in North Carolina, you must have your parent permission, like physically be there to show ID and sign paperwork. Right. But we know that they do it illegally. We didn't have the tattoo parties and all that other stuff, child. No nose jobs under 18 or less. Right. Now, this is medically, yeah, obviously I ain't talking about people, you break your nose and they got to do stuff and all. I ain't talking about that kind of stuff, obviously, yeah. I hated Riley got a nose job because technically she's still growing on her face and her brain hasn't fully developed. Yeah, I mean, and y'all saw how they talked about that, child. You can't rent a car until you're 25. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I guess I never tried to rent a car until I was 25. I don't know. I didn't know. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, that's my opinion. And I've said that to y'all before. And again, it is not specific to children who want to transition. It's not specific. It is period for me across the board. Across the board. But that's my opinion. But Neo, he about to, y'all know, y'all already know that it's gonna be some things said. Y'all already know. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all been loving on me. Hold on. Before we get out of here, thank you. Thank you, L Long, for the cash app, my love. And I already thanked Monk Chip. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate y'all. Child, I was working hard for y'all today. Child, I was trying to figure out what I'd have missed, honey, because you see I'd have missed all this stuff. All right, y'all. So tomorrow, well, tonight, Cali girl said, I told both my boys they could not do anything to their bodies, tattoos or piercings until they were 18. I don't care if they were paying for it or not. I know that's right, Cali girl. I feel you, boo. I feel you on that one. Chime in on. We already talked about it, Andre, baby. We talked about the rumble in the jungle. So this is what I know we're gonna be doing this week. This is what I know we're gonna be doing. We're gonna sometime in the next 24 hours we'll do Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not promising that's gonna be tonight because, like I said, I got 2 episodes to catch up on. So I ain't promise you that I'm gonna watch both episodes tonight. But we will do a live review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It may be tomorrow. We are gonna still talk about Nene. What I think I might do though, I think I might combine Nene and Candy speak on it because she has Cynthia on speak on it tonight, and Cynthia sort of responding to some things that Nene said, and they're going to talk about some other Real Housewives stuff. So I think I may do a combined live to talk about what Candy said and speak on it, and what Nene said in part 2 of the interview. It's really going to depend because I know y'all are tired. They done talked the Nene interview to death, so I think I may just combine that. Right, and that's the same thing. Like my dad did not want me to get my ears pierced. He did not want it. My mother, of course, my mother was like, "We're gonna get her ears pierced." My dad he did not. He was like, "Let her be old enough to make her decision." But my father felt the same way about me being baptized. He didn't want me to be baptized. He didn't want me christened as the baby. He was like, "Let her be old enough to make her own decisions." That's how my dad felt about it. Now my ears are pierced, and I think the only person in here that's ever seen me in earrings might be Ebby. I don't wear earrings. My ears have been pierced since I was an infant. I very seldom wear earrings. Now I wore earrings like in high school because I had the door knockers, but I very, very seldom wear earrings anymore. I just don't. And I have earrings. I just don't think about it. It's never been a part of my daily routine. I like rings. I have a couple of necklaces, but I've never been an earring person. And I have earrings. Like I said, I mean, my dad has given me, I've gotten some nice earrings over the years, and I've bought myself some, but not my thing. My dad was progressive. Child, I ain't think so. Hey, Nay. Me and Mommy were just talking about you today. Right. I feel naked without my earrings. That's how I feel without my rings. I would, without my rings, I feel naked. That's how I feel without my rings. But I don't feel like that until I have my earrings. Mm-mm. And I've never wanted a second hole. I've never wanted a nose piercing. I have none of that. All of that stuff when I was growing up, people getting their noses pierced and their second and third. I ain't never want none of that. Mm-mm. I was good. I was good. So I know that's on the agenda, y'all. Whitehead is on the agenda. I may do Whitehead tonight. I don't know. It's going to depend. But Whitehead is definitely on the agenda. The Belmonte, and then he went live yesterday. We're going to go through that live. I did screen record the live from yesterday, so we're going to talk about his live. We're gonna have a Whitehead moment. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about what happens with the Tory Lanez sentencing. It is scheduled for 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. Pam is out there live, so she'll be on her channel, and I'm sure I can get her over here on my channel. So we're going to definitely do that. We're going to be doing Tory. So we got some stuff coming up. And of course, y'all know I got to get caught up on all my reviews. So that's why I don't know if I'm going to go live tonight and talk Housewives, because I didn't even look at last week's episode yet. So, and once I get caught up on all of the lives that I missed from last week and this week, once I get caught up on my new stuff, I'll get back to the Real Housewives of New Jersey season 2. I finished up season 1 before I left. So we're going to get started with season 2. So, right. So we're going to be busy this week, y'all. We're going to be busy this week. We got a lot going. We're going to be busy. So make sure your notifications are on. Make sure you checking the community wall. I'm going to try and do better with posting it on Instagram when I'm going live. That is one of the promises I've made to myself, that I'm going to try to do better about posting stuff on Instagram. So if you're following me on Instagram, I know YouTube does not always send out the notifications. And the more you go live, the less notifications they send out, which is weird. You would think they send out more, not less. But the more you go live, the less notifications go out. So just keep your keep your eye on the notification. On the channel, on the community wall, because baby, we got some stuff to talk about this week. Okay. All right, y'all, I'm out so I can get over here and get into these Housewives and Big Brother, baby. Y'all know I love my Big Brother, so I got to get caught up on that too. All right, y'all, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.